strong.
My hot boots on the ground, troops coming heavy with the no-nonsense sound. Ain't no filters, we break the mold. Stories hidden, swept away, now they're getting told. Spotlights hit, the tension pops. We ain't here for nothing but the real damn drop. We're busting bubbles, taking names, cussing and discussing, changing the game. No smoke, no mirrors, no curtain calls. Piss on the fire and call the dogs. Steel chairs, court stairs, backstage heat. Legends fall when we bring that beat. Voices sharp, we cut right through. Best damn team, yeah, you know it's true. We ain't your daddy's play-by-play. We call it raw, we're here to stay. From bell to bell, win or loss. Shoot, don't care who signs the checks or calls the boss. Putting out fires, taking names, cussing and discussing, fueling the flames. Standing tall when the last bell call. Piss on the fire and call the dogs.
If tomorrow all the things were gone I hoped for all my life, and I had to start again with just my family by my side, thank my God above to be living here today. Cause our flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I'll gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston and New York to LA. There's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say. It's time we stand and say. I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I'll gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. Proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I'll gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA.
Hello, everybody. I want to thank you all for joining us this evening for this edition of Cussin Discussin. I am the Doctor of Professional Wrestling, Mike Blankenship, PhD. Alongside me, the excellence of elocution, Walter Dixon. We are here, and it's been a while since we sat down and done one of these.
Yeah, we didn't get to do a show last week. I ended up being extremely busy last week on our usual days, Wednesday or Thursday, and just didn't have time. We even thought about doing it Saturday, and by the time I left Pikeville, Kentucky, and drove to Hayside, Virginia, and back, it was just
everything happening, vehicle problems, and if it ain't one thing, it's another one. And we do have quite a bit to talk about tonight. Again, this is going to be a long one, so sit down, take your shoes off, get you a cup of coffee, bottle of water, whatever you're drinking, and hang in there. We'll get through it.
Not only is it going to be a long one, it's going to be a little different than usual.
Yeah, this little bit things going on in the world we're going to talk about. Normally we I won't say we shy away. We try to stay away.
Right. We try to stay away.
The political side of the world, because politics, I always said politics and professional wrestling are a lot alike in many ways.
Sometimes you have to work with those you don't necessarily agree with or you don't like.
And there's politics, and
there is plenty of politics in wrestling.
Yeah, there is. The only difference in politics and professional wrestling is, in professional wrestling, at least we can get them in the ring and watch them whoop the fire out of each other. Today, let's go ahead and start with.
Well, start with the intro. Obviously, that's the. Hopefully, that will be the key takeaway from this today: is the assassination and passing of Turning Point USA founder Charlie Kirk.
Yes.
Which was we'll get into our feelings about it later, but it was a moment that may well live in infamy.
Indeed. I mean, without getting into feelings of it, when I saw it, I was like, what?
Yeah.
That didn't just happen. But unfortunately it did, and Charlie Kirk, no longer with us.
Before we get too deep into our thoughts and feelings on the situation, it is with sincere and complete love and compassion that we send our prayers and our best wishes to his wife Erica and their two children, ages 3 and 1.
Yeah, just babies.
These are two kids that will never know their father. They'll never remember their father. Luckily, there is enough of Charlie Kirk in the world through video and social media that at least there's something for them to remember him by.
You think about it, he's under 30,
31. He
31 years old, be
32
next month.
Actually, he was born 4 days after my 10th birthday.
Yeah.
So
you think about it, in that short time, the legacy that he has left. And, the whole reason we're talking about this even is the fact of the matter, this little thing right here, the microphone, is a powerful tool.
Yeah.
And in this country, we have something that so many other countries does not have, and that is a freedom of speech.
Yeah.
And I said it to you earlier today. We've said it to each other, over the years. I don't care what your view is.
Mm-hmm.
You're a citizen of this country. Under the Constitution, you are guaranteed that right.
Yeah.
To speak freely without fear.
Yeah. And that right is misconstrued sometimes.
It is. It is, but
people think that that you have the right to say or do whatever you want, wherever you want, whenever you want. And to a point, that is true.
Yeah.
But also, as a private citizen, if you go into a private setting, example, a restaurant, something of that nature, a store, and your words are deemed inappropriate for that setting, the owner of that private business has every right to put you out on your ear.
Kind of like you can't go in a movie theater and yell fire.
Yeah, well, and that's an example that we use, but there's also a little bit of a play there as far as inciting a riot and
yeah, I mean,
you know,
it basically, but from the free speech standpoint,
right?
There, I don't want to say there's limitations, but there's expectation,
right,
of reasonable use.
I can call you every name under the sun. I can call you everything but a milk cow, and there's really nothing you can do from a legal standpoint as long as I haven't slandered you. That, you know, there's no repercussion unless you decide that something I've said has pushed you to your limit and now you want to become physical.
Yeah.
You want to retaliate in a physical manner. But I mean, that's in a public setting.
Yeah.
You have the right to flash your lights at oncoming traffic to warn them of a road check. You have the right to flip off a cop and call him things that his mother would be ashamed of. You have every right to do that in a public setting.
Yeah.
When you're in a private setting,
a little different.
It's a little different because the private setting is, for the most part, outside of the scope of the government. If I don't like what you're saying, I can tell you to leave my house. And if you don't, then you will be arrested under trespass.
Right.
But you're not going to be arrested for speaking in any way you want. You're just going to be arrested for not leaving when I tell you to leave.
Yeah.
So there are consequences and repercussions to any form of speech.
Yeah.
But it should never become a situation, especially on the grounds of political discourse. It should never become a situation where a human being's life is taken away just because you disagree with what they say or because you think that their speech is. I've heard people say that some speech is violent. Violence requires physical action.
Yeah.
We said this a little bit ago. My mother taught me, your mother taught you. Sticks and stones will break my bones, but words will never hurt me.
Yeah.
Someone calls me stupid. I don't care.
Probably right.
You actually have to be smarter than me for me to give a crap what you say.
That's it. But it goes back to just words.
It's just words.
Just words.
Frankly, I don't care what anyone says. I'm willing to place my money on 90% of what Charlie Kirk stood for and what he said was absolute truth and fact.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't care what anyone thinks.
You know, we're talking about this one day removed.
Yeah.
And it doesn't really seem real to me that guy was at an event that he normally hosts.
Yep.
Under normal circumstances, nothing outside the ordinary. Crowd, like always. And he was actually engaging somebody.
Yeah.
In the middle of a discussion. And
about gun violence.
That's the great thing about, Charlie Kirk. It was discussion.
Yeah.
He would set up a microphone for somebody to step up to and talk to him.
Yeah.
And he would ask them, what's your thought? What's your proof? Let's talk about this. Let's reason this.
And whether people want to, and look, I understand if you don't follow Charlie Kirk, then you have not seen everything that Charlie Kirk has done. But Charlie had a system wherein he always offered the microphone to those who disagreed with him first.
Yes.
Let's not turn this into a thank you for what you do. Thank you for bringing TPUSA to my campus. Thank you. He didn't want the accolade for that.
He'd always tell them, get the people that disagree.
Get the people that disagree first, because that was his point, was to hopefully change hearts and minds. Not only on a political field, but from a religious field as well.
Yes.
Because he was a very, very faithful Christian man, and he praised God everywhere he went, and he was not ashamed of it.
No. Indeed he was.
And his untimely passing, I believe, makes this not just a homicide. This was an assassination on a political and religious field.
Yeah.
And I do believe that one day he will be seen. He's already being seen by some, but one day he will be seen by a vast majority of this world as a martyr for his beliefs.
Absolutely. I mean, like I said, he was at an event that he has done so many times before.
Mm-hmm. Thousands.
People say, well, why was security so lax? Maybe not. They were there.
I was actually listening to Ben Shapiro talk about this earlier today,
mm-hmm.
and he said that things may change for him going forward because of this. And he gave a bit of a personal telling of his situation as in regards to this very thing. He said that his wife, almost always when he's going to do, especially outside venues at college campuses, he says his wife asks him, "What's security like?" And he says, "Well, it's fine. I've got my guys, and there's obviously there's going to be a police presence." And she's like, "Well, how many cops?" "I don't know. They might send 3. They might send 300. Who knows?" And she's like, "Are you going to wear the vest?" And he said, I've almost always said, I might, I guess." And his wife says, "You need to wear the vest."
Yeah.
And he said, "Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't." Because I've looked at my wife and said, well, I mean, it's not like somebody's going to shoot me. I mean, the worst they can do is maybe try to bum rush the stage and hit me, or possibly pull a knife. But, I mean, my guys are going to intervene long before they get to me.
They're not going to take it that far,
So
basically.
that is from someone who is of the same ilk as Charlie Kirk. That's his perspective is, well, this is the United States of America. No one's going to shoot me for having a political rally. I mean, yes, we've had assassinations of diplomats and presidents and presidential candidates, senators. These are actual politicians.
Yeah,
these are people who can make a difference in the day-to-day lives of American citizens. I can't make that, that sort of change. I can't create that sort of response in them, because I'm just a speaker. I'm just someone who's going out and saying, hey, this is what I believe. What do you believe? And let's talk about it.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of amazing that basically an average everyday working citizen.
Yep.
I won't say working class, because yes, he was a high school graduate, didn't have a college degree, but he was.
I think he spent a semester in community college
and dropped out. But he didn't feel necessary for it.
Right. Charlie made it clear very often that he dropped out of college. He was an autodidact, which means that he was self-taught.
Yeah. His feelings toward college are very well noted.
Yeah.
He said it. I don't know how much of it he actually thought, because he even said there are cases that college is beneficial.
Oh, absolutely.
But for the most part, it's a scam.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, yeah. I'm going to college right now. I'm going to have a bachelor's in criminal justice and police studies in less than 2 semesters. Is it necessary to do my current job?
No.
No, it's not.
But you're also not planning on staying in your current job forever.
I'm comfortable with it right now. But point being, it will be there if necessary. If something were to happen.
Yeah.
And you take someone like Charlie Kirk, who graduated high school, who started Turning Point USA, and who went out into the public, shed his private citizenship, basically, lived a public life.
Yep.
Without the glam and the pomp of a politician.
Yes.
But still had the hate.
Their hate, vitriol. It's a certain faction of people were so angry, and look, they weren't just angry at Charlie Kirk. This same faction of people, they're just angry in general. They don't I think they don't feel like the world accepts them or understands them. And the problem with that sort of mindset is the world doesn't accept or understand any of us.
No.
You have to find a group of folks, preferably, and this is just preferably a small group of folks who you can get along with, who you can be open and honest with about your entire life. You and I and a couple of friends, that mutual friends, we are exactly what I'm talking about. And this is,
it's a handful.
It's literally a handful. And I hate to jump back to, I hate to jump into the biblical perspective, but look at this. In the Bible, Gideon was tasked with leading an army against the Midianites. And I can't remember the numbers. Lord, please forgive me. But I'm thinking he started out with 30,000 people marching. They got so far away from their home city, and God told Gideon, stop, take a break, ask the men if anyone is scared, if anyone has any inkling of fear, or if they miss their families. If anyone says yes, send them home.
Yeah.
Tell them there will be nothing held against them, send them home. Started with 30,000. By the time he left that area of rest, he had like 3,000, maybe 10,000. They got to a river, and God said, have them drink from the river. Those who scoop the water and sip from their hands, send them home. Those who get down on their hands and knees and lap at the water like a dog, take them to war.
Yeah.
So we went from 30,000 to 10,000 down to 300. You talk about a small, that's a handful, folks. In terms of war, that's a handful. And that story has so many proper sort of connections to that friendship, that group, that inner circle.
Who can you trust?
Yeah, you have to be able to. You have to just focus on. You don't need the world to understand you. You don't need the world to like you. Social media has absolutely ruined this world because of that. Everyone thinks if they don't have 1 million followers and a viral video with 32 million views and 14 million likes, then they're not good enough.
Yeah, you're right.
Nobody is watching this live right now. That doesn't mean there won't be 10 or 15 people watch it later. Nobody's watching this live. As a matter of fact,
we ain't had a first person pop through the door in 29 minutes.
Pop through.
29 minutes we've been on and nobody has come in. But I'm going to tell you.
And we're not heartbroken about it.
No, we're going to sit here and talk. Well, number one, because we just like talking, but.
Well, we like hearing ourselves talk.
We do. We're getting good at it.
Yeah.
Besides, I mean, if y'all want to listen to us talk, you can find us.
Yeah.
We'll talk to you. But no, you back to Charlie Kirk, born October 14th, 1993 in Arlington Heights, Illinois. Just a kid. I mean, I'm 44 years old.
Yeah. I'll be 42 next month.
You know, just a kid. I mean, I hate to say that. No disrespect to him.
Well, we say the same thing about wrestlers of that age, too. We'll say, guys 29, 30, 31 years old, we'll say, hey, he's just a kid. But I mean, we were graduating high school when they started school. You know, they were a year or two in. So
we was 11, 12, 13 years old when they were born.
Right.
You know.
So in our minds, they are just kids. But also, we've talked about this before too.
Well,
the fact that our daddies are in their 60s.
Yeah.
And it's oftentimes we have said we look at them and still think they're in their 30s.
Yeah.
And then you go, wait a minute.
Dad ain't young no more.
Dad ain't young no more.
You know, I was sitting out the other day splitting a load of wood with mine. And let's just face it, I'm 23 years younger than my dad. And he can still outwork me step to step. Number one, because that's just his mentality.
Yeah.
Number two, he's probably in worse shape than I am physically, pound for pound, but he's used to it.
Yeah. That's what he's done his whole life.
It's the normal.
Yeah.
It's not the normal for me.
Well, there's another aspect to that too that I think we sometimes don't consider. And I have begun to consider it more and more as I get older and Alex gets older. And that is, I will never, until I am just absolutely physically incapable, I'll never let him realize that he can do more than I can. I don't know, you know, I'm never going to let him see that he's capable of doing more than I'll outwork that boy to the.
It's like growing up.
Crippled.
Dad used to lay down in the floor, and I was about 12 years old, I guess. And see if you can flip me over in the floor.
Yeah.
I'd get down there and try like hell to roll the old man over.
Yeah.
Couldn't do it.
No.
He, like I said, he's born in 57. He'll be, 68, 69. Yeah. I probably still couldn't do it at this age. I mean, but you look at the life that people live on a day-to-day basis, and then you realize just how short it actually is. Charlie Kirk was, 31, you said?
31.
So he was 18 when he started Turning Point USA.
He was.
So 12 years ago.
13. Well, it was almost 13 years ago.
Right.
He actually started at 13 before he turned 18. He actually had started laying the foundation for Turning Point USA before he turned 18. And
so that would have been 2011, 2012?
Yeah.
More or less.
Actually, that was another story that Ben Shapiro talked about today, was the first time he ever met Charlie Kirk. He said he was really awkward. He was 18 years old. He had just started Turning Point. It was just a small little group at that time. And but he had a dream. He had a vision for it. And Ben Shapiro said that at that point in time, Charlie had come to him and was like, I'm trying to raise money for this thing.
Yeah.
And Ben said, yeah, I mean, sure, I'll take you and introduce you to some folks that are possible donors, and you can go from there. And he said that Charlie was awkward. He was insecure maybe about, what he was doing.
Right.
But he had vision. He had courage. He had grit.
Yep.
And he said he turned and looked at a friend at this point. Charlie's 18 years old.
Yeah.
And Ben Shapiro looked at one of his friends after Charlie had walked away, and he said, in 30 years, that kid's going to be the head of the RNC.
And I think he was well on his way.
I think he was well on his way to possibly being a presidential candidate in about 15 years.
Yeah, very much so. Go back. Maybe that's why you want to talk about, and I hate to use the word evolution, but evolving. Go back to the first episode of Cussin and Discussin.
Yeah.
We wasn't as good at it as we are now.
No.
We sucked. I mean,
we're still not.
We're not great. It's our 64th episode. We still ain't got it down to a science. We were 10 minutes late getting started today because we couldn't figure the soundboard out.
Yeah, we've been using this soundboard for over a year, and for some reason, it just was giving us problems today. So
it wanted him to blow it.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's really what it wanted.
It really did. I mean, but, you know, and I'm looking at my notes right now, trying to think of something else to say because we've come through so much of this, but this all happened yesterday.
Yeah.
Utah Valley University, Orem, Utah. There's no doubt in my mind that when he left his wife, or somebody said she was with him. I don't know if
her and the kids were both in the crowd.
Were they actually in the?
They were in the audience.
In the audience. Okay.
That was my understanding from what I've heard today.
The last time he spoke to her, I'm sure he didn't think, I'm not coming home tonight.
Right.
Not going to see you anymore. Not going to see the kids anymore. Let me knock this out. We'll go grab a bite to eat, you know, what he normally does, whatever.
Yeah.
But he done as always. Sat down, open mic to the people, and let them talk. And you think about this because, granted, there's no mic on the other side right now, but there's a comment section over here that if there was anybody watching right now, they talk to us.
Yeah. And we'll read it right here.
We'll read it.
Show it on the screen.
We'll talk about it. We agree with you. Good.
If not,
we'll be all right.
Yeah.
You'll be all right. Promise you. It's not the end of the world.
Nobody's gonna be mad enough to take vengeance because of a stance, a belief, a personal opinion. You know, that's something that really.
Are we really at the point at this country when we can no longer engage in civil discussion?
Political discourse oftentimes is based strictly on opinion. My opinion, your opinion doesn't matter. Opinion is just that. It's opinion. And my opinion of your beliefs of how you feel should have no bearing on our ability to interact in a civil manner.
No. I mean, how do I say this and come off? Hell, Doc's going to say it. October 2023, we called our first match.
Mm-hmm.
Betsy Lane, Kentucky.
Yep.
And the sport of professional wrestling has been so good to us.
Mm-hmm.
So welcoming of us.
Mm-hmm.
So endearing, so inviting, so loving of us. We have met people from all over the United States, all walks of life, all religions,
mm-hmm.
gay, straight, bisexual, it don't matter. I said it once, I'll say it again. Professional wrestling is something, it's something for everybody. Something for everybody.
Yeah.
Now, does that mean that I agree with every decision, comment, stance, remark, quote, what have you? No. But you got that right. And I'll stand behind you.
Yeah. I've always said you have the right to say whatever you want to say. You have that freedom. And I would be remiss if I didn't defend that right
Because I
for
believe
you.
in that right.
Because I believe in that.
That's
right.
it. I believe in that right.
Even if I don't agree with you, I'll still defend your right to say that to the death.
Because that's how it was intended. That's how it was intended in the beginning. When the founders of this country sat down and decided England no more, God love my United Kingdom, English France. God knows we got some watching. But when we kicked George III to the curb and decided we was going to strike out on our own, founding fathers sat down and they said, this is what we're basing this off of.
Yep. And even they didn't agree.
No.
As a matter of fact, there is many tales of some of the founding fathers almost coming to fistfights about certain beliefs and certain thoughts of how the country should be run.
But the one thing they agreed on is they didn't like the way things were heading. Aren't we in that same position now?
Yeah.
As a country, we don't like the way things are heading. I mean, let's just be realistic. I mean, I don't like everything that's going on.
No.
You don't like everything that's going on.
Nope.
Jim Bob down the road don't like everything that's going on. Where's the argument?
The only argument is what some of us believe is going in the right direction and what some of us believe is going in the wrong direction.
You know, they always talk about in politics, well, it's either right or left.
Yeah. I think it's either right or wrong.
Here's the thing.
I'm not saying right as in the right is always right. That's not what I'm saying.
They want you to believe politics is like this piece of paper. It's a flat line. I don't believe that.
No.
I believe it's a circle of sorts, and we're all in it.
Yeah.
Whether we want to be or not, we're all in it. Everybody's vying for the same thing. To make the country what they want it.
Mm-hmm.
Question is how we get there. There's more than one way to do something. Doesn't mean somebody else's way is wrong.
You're saying there's more than one way to skin a cat?
Yeah, pretty much.
I've seen about 6 different ways to skin a squirrel.
I've got my way of doing it, and you got your way of doing it, and might be a little bit different, but
I watched a fella skin a rabbit with an air hose once.
I was gonna say I seen that too. I seen one skin a white-tailed deer with an air hose.
Yep.
Let me tell you something, folks. Air skinning a white-tailed deer. Look that video up.
Watched a fella skin a deer with a golf ball, a piece of rope, and a 4-wheeler.
And you can do it.
Yep.
Doesn't mean it's wrong. We are not at that point in this world that we have to be so divisive in everything we do.
Well, before yesterday, I would have said, yes, you're correct. But as of yesterday, I feel like the moment that Charlie Kirk was assassinated, it was, and I said this earlier to you in private, it was the proverbial removing of the cork. It was uncorking a bottle, and anyone who's ever opened a corked bottle knows it is dang near impossible to put that cork back in.
Absolutely.
And I know we need to move on, but I do want to say that I hope and pray that this does not become a moment that I hope this does not become the first shot in a civil war. But it feels like that could very well be the case because of the disgusting reactions that have come from this. Those on one side of the spectrum are crying, showing just open emotion, sadness, and an outpouring of love for Charlie and his family. And some on the other side, not all, but some on the other side are cheering. They're happy. They're laughing at the death of a man who literally never harmed a single person. He never physically harmed a single person in his entire career.
You know, I was sitting at the house yesterday. I'd just come home from work. And me and Dad and my niece were all in the living room talking about it. And I got a little glimmer of hope out of her.
Yeah.
You know, the younger generation, they're confused.
Yeah.
They really and honestly are. And much to the way that some our age were confused during that time. But she said something that really made me think that there's still hope in this world. I didn't agree with him on everything that he said, but he didn't deserve it.
Yeah. And
that it's a beacon of light that I hope just comes on at some point.
Yeah. And that was, your niece is the type of person that Charlie was trying to reach.
Yeah.
It was, and people were mad because he would go to college campuses and debate with college kids. He wasn't debating with college kids. He was debating with voters. He was debating with the future of this country.
Yeah. At the end of the day, those are the ones that are going to be deciding the fate of this country long after we're dead and gone.
If the young people that he was talking to at college campuses, if they are not capable of standing across from a person of any age, from any background, and having a civil discussion, a civil discourse about any topic, politics, religion,
what we're going to cook for supper.
Oh, yeah. What they're going to have for dinner. If they could not stand across from another human being and have a civil discourse,
we're doomed.
Then, number one, they are kids and should be treated as such, which means that they also shouldn't have the right to vote. So you can have it one of two ways. They can either be adults that were having a discussion, a political discussion with another adult, or they were kids that shouldn't be voting in the first place. And yet, so many on the left say, oh, he's taking advantage of these kids by going and debating with them when they don't have the knowledge that he has. That's the whole point, is to share with them some sort of knowledge. Maybe it's not the knowledge that he was actually saying. Maybe it's the knowledge that there's more to the world than they understand, and maybe they should do their own research.
Don't believe what somebody says just because they say it. You know,
any good preacher will tell you Don't listen to me.
Do your own homework.
Do your homework. Read your Bible and figure it out for yourself.
Pray about it.
Just saying.
I mean, let's look at it like this. Like I said, I'm going to school right now.
Mm-hmm.
Wrapping up in about 2 semesters. This round.
Yeah.
Don't know what we're going to do after the fact, but we'll get there when we get there. There are some of those classes that, and I feel it. He asked a question during one of his debates. How many of you all state an opinion just to get a good grade?
Yeah.
I'm one.
Yep.
Don't want to go against professor because professor's the one writing down the grade.
Yep.
And if professor don't like my opinion, then I'm wrong and I'm going to get a bad grade, and that reflects on me, and there ain't a thing I can do about it.
Yep.
Pretty much.
I actually got.
That's a poor thing.
I didn't get kicked out of the class permanently, but I got put out of the class for the day over something I said to a liberal college professor at Morehead State University in 2003. Yes, 2000.
Yes.
No, it was 2002. It was first semester.
You graduated first semester.
I won't get into the politics of it. Suffice it to say, when this professor opened his mouth and told the entire class that basically they were going to have to either believe what he was saying at that moment was true, or they were going to have to learn to believe it. And I told him he could take that opinion and stick it.
Didn't like it, did he?
He did not like it. And I told him that the person he was talking about was actually an absolute human waste and did not deserve to be seen as a leader in any form or fashion. He did not ask me. He told me to leave his class.
But that's just
and I left, and I went outside, and I smoked a cigarette, and I sat on the steps until the class was over. And then I went back to my dorm.
That's just it. We have to be able to communicate. One way or the other. We have to be able to communicate.
Yep. And that was the very first time I ever seen that, though. Someone who was not willing to have a civil discourse. He was not going to allow that in his class. You either had to bite your tongue and just accept what he was saying, or you had to actually believe it or learn to believe it.
No.
Not going to happen. I'm going to tell you what I think, and I don't care what you think about what I think.
We can agree to disagree.
We can agree to disagree.
So, with that being said, I want to end it on this. We live in a country where the right to free speech is so precious. I cannot believe
it's the first right given in the Bill of Rights for a reason.
Yeah. Above all others, listed first in the First Amendment, the right to free speech.
Yep. That's why it's number one.
Number one, first off in the first.
freedom of speech, press, assembly,
Religion and petition.
religion, freedom of speech, religion, press, assembly, and petition. Petition of grievances.
Yeah. But they thought it so much, they put it at the top.
Yep.
Because that was the one that they knew that was the
It
most
was the most
powerful.
important. And what did they give us second? The only thing that will protect that right.
The right to bear arms.
And just because I've seen a lot of people saying, oh, Charlie Kirk was a defender of the Second Amendment. He got what he deserved. Charlie Kirk would be the very last person to blame the gun for what happened.
Wasn't a gun problem.
This is not a gun problem.
This is a people problem. It has been ever since the beginning.
It's a soft-minded people problem. It's weakness in the face of adversity. And that's...
Well, you look at throughout history. Go back to 1865.
Yeah.
Lincoln was shot. That wasn't a gun problem.
Oh.
That was a people problem. When Theodore Roosevelt was shot in the chest, McKinley, Garfield, JFK, Robert Kennedy, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, George Wallace. Different people. Doesn't mean I agree with them. The gun is never the answer to the question. Now,
I'm just saying there's a commonality.
There is a commonality. And, you know, let's look at some of the comments that have been made, because I've actually written them down.
Go ahead.
I'm going to take a couple of them. President Trump.
Tell you what, you take the Republicans, I'll take the Democrats. I'll share their words because I'm not. I disagree. I disagree with everybody who said something on the political spectrum, but I'll share their words.
Well, number one, because I looked at their words and they're not wrong as far as what they've said today.
Yeah. I'm not saying they're wrong in their words about Charlie Kirk. I'm just saying that everyone who spoke on that, from that blue dot down, every one of them I disagree with politically, but I'm going to share their words because
they have a right.
There you go.
They have a right. President Trump was quoted as saying, "The great and even legendary Charlie Kirk is dead. No one understood or had the heart of the youth in the United States of America better than Charlie. He was loved and admired by all, especially me. Charlie, we love you." Vice President J.D. Vance, "Eternal rest grant unto him, O Lord." Earlier he posted, Vice President Vance, "Dear God, protect Charlie in his darkest hour." House Speaker Mike Johnson, "Political violence has become all too common in American society, and this is not who we are. It must stop." Senator Lindsey Graham, South Carolina, "This is a sick and despicable attack. I am praying for Charlie Kirk and his family." Utah Governor Spencer Cox, "This murder was a cowardly act of violence. The terrorists will not win. Charlie will. Also, Governor Cox was quick to remind the people that the death penalty is still on the table in the state of Utah. Go ahead if you don't mind, please.
Former President Barack Obama was quoted as saying, "We don't yet know what motivated the person who shot and killed Charlie Kirk, but this kind of despicable violence has no place in our democracy." Former Vice President Kamala Harris said, "Let me be clear. Political violence has no place in America. I condemn this act." Arizona Governor Katie Hobbs said, "This horrific act is a reminder that political violence has no place in our society." Senator Mark Kelly said, "It is up to us to set an example. We've got to bring the temperature down and convince people that we are one nation." Former Representative Gabrielle Giffords, who herself was a victim of an attempted assassination.
Yes.
Well,
it was. I mean,
yeah.
All in all, she was shot in the head.
Said attacks against political or ideological opponents are cowardly and un-American and must be universally condemned. California Governor Gavin Newsom said the attack on Charlie Kirk is disgusting, vile, and reprehensible. We must reject political violence in every form.
So I completely agree with every statement that was made. Here's the thing. We have to do the only option to save this is to do as Charlie Kirk started to do. Continue the discussion.
Yep.
It's not about one opinion being better than the other. It's using our brains and being humans capable of holding a conversation. Because I can guarantee you one thing. Had the person who fired that shot not brought the gun, but come to the event and got down there and got in line, he'd have talked to us.
Mm-hmm. Charlie would have
He
talked to
wouldn't
them
have
just like he
talked
would have
down to
anyone
them.
else. And he would not have talked down to them. Charlie
He wouldn't have talked at them.
Charlie
He would have
always
talked to
tried
them.
to be as cordial as possible in every single meeting of the minds discussion that I've ever seen him have.
I
He was
said,
always
and watched people actually look him dead in the eyes and call him everything but a milk cow. Didn't change the person he was. Didn't raise his aggravation level.
No.
He didn't say anything mean to him. Didn't say anything really negative to him.
no.
Might have hurt their feelings,
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously he hurt some feelings.
but therein
Because-
lies. Just because I don't agree with you don't mean that I hate you. Don't mean that I don't think you're a good person. Just means we ain't on the same block.
It doesn't mean that we don't. It doesn't mean that we can't work together to make things better. It just means we're maybe not.
We had a roadblock.
Well, it's not even a roadblock. It's not even an impasse for me to stand across from someone, you to stand across from someone and say, we disagree politically. We disagree economically, we disagree on religion, but we can still be civil people and work together.
Yeah. We're going to go grab a cheeseburger after the fact.
Yeah, and if you want a amazing burger or whatever other goofy name the vegan patties are going by now, hey, fine by me. It's whatever. I mean,
I still like cow.
I prefer cow. If you prefer,
you want lettuce burger?
If you want lettuce and mushrooms, that's perfectly fine with me too. I'll still pay for it.
Ain't gonna eat it, but
I'll still pay for yours.
That's it.
That's the way it should be.
We don't have to go to bed at night 100% agreeing with each other.
I know you've heard this phrase.
Mm-hmm.
As a matter of fact, I know you've said this phrase.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
But this is
okay.
When people realize this phrase, I'm getting ready to say, when they realize that it applies to everyone, including themselves, the world will be much better off.
Mm-hmm.
Opinions are like buttholes.
Everybody's
got one, and they all stink.
That's it.
Your opinion, my opinion, his opinion, their opinion,
Everybody.
her opinion, whatever. We've all got an opinion, and they all stink to somebody. We don't have to agree on everything.
No. Not at all. I tell you what, normally we reserve it for professional wrestlers or someone in the wrestling community, but I think today Charlie Kirk deserves a 10-bell salute. And if you don't mind,
if I can remember which button it is,
I think it's that third button.
This one?
No,
this one.
I'm hoping. If it ain't, we're gonna be like.
If it ain't, you'll just have to edit it. That's it. Yeah. Sorry.
Again, folks, let's do better. We have to. There's no other alternative at this point.
And moving on to other issues, we're not moving out of the sad and depressing news yet.
No, we're not. That's the sad part. We just spent an hour and 8 minutes, but
yeah, and we're not going to push through the rest of this. We're not going to breeze through it. We're going to take our time with it, but also this next segment here is going to be a little bit on the softer side, on the sad side for wrestling fans. Southern Pride Championship Wrestling, SPCW, has decided that it is rolling up the mat,
closing the doors. I think October, the show in October, on October 11th, is going to be their final show.
Yeah. I've got the official statement from SPCW, and then you have a message from the office of Mr. Moore.
Yes.
So the official announcement from SPCW reads, "Hello, SPCW family. For nearly 10 years, SPCW has been proud to bring family-friendly wrestling to LaFollette. That's why it is with a heavy heart and deep sadness that we must announce our final show will take place October 11th, 2025. Over the years, we've welcomed incredible talent, legendary names, and unforgettable moments inside the SPCW ring. Shows that we believe could stand alongside any promotion anywhere. Together with our fans, we've raised money for countless charities, schools, and families in need. Most of all, we've worked to create lasting memories for everyone who has walked through our doors. Now, as we prepare for our last event, we invite you to join us one more time. Let's celebrate the history, the moments, and the memories we've made together. We hope October 11th will be a night you'll never forget, because we know we won't. Thank you for being a part of the SPCW family.
You know, it's a sad day to see, professional wrestling is a family.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter what organization, it's family.
Yeah.
And I do have a prepared statement here from Mr. Moore. Southern Pride Championship Wrestling, SPCW, is calling October 11th, 2025, their final show. 10 years of family-friendly fights, folding chairs, and fire in LaFollette. 10 years of raising money, raising hell, and raising up talent that can hang with anybody, anywhere. And let me say this plain, SPCW didn't just run matches, they ran memories. They built a ring where a community came first, where legends walked through the curtain, and where Appalachian pride stood tall in every lockup. This isn't a eulogy. It's a thank you. It's a thank you to the promoters who kept the lights on, the wrestlers who gave their everything, and the fans who made it all worth it. SPCW carved out a piece of history in these hills, and no final bell can silence that. So as of October 11th approaches, we tip our hats, we raise our fists, and we say with full hearts, if you ever need anything, Elevate Pro Wrestling has your back. Southern Pride Championship Wrestling may be taking its final bow, but the spirit they built, that's forever. And from us, as a commentary team, guys, we love you. You're in our thoughts, you're in our prayers. Don't need a reason as to why. Just know it's the best one you made.
I mean, that's the proper way to do this.
Absolutely. They honestly done it with dignity, with class, and they didn't just shut the door in the face of their fans like so many others have chosen to do in the past.
And the truth is, SPCW had so many stars that had come through there that came up among their ranks. It is almost like they put someone over before they left. Because they put many over.
That's the whole philosophy.
Rather than
put somebody else over before you leave.
Rather than just building on top of a couple of bricks and then
pushing the house over.
They truly build a strong foundation and build upon that very solidly.
Absolutely.
We have witnessed many of SPCW's superstars, wrestling talents, top notch, come through the curtain of EPW.
some of them now a part of us as much as anywhere. The Appalachian Animal Brutus, the Vision Xander Storm, just to name two off the top of my head.
I do believe that Jake Rayner also.
Jake Rayner, Skyven.
Yep.
Those guys, EPW is just as fond as them as they are us. And, with that being said, again, you're in our thoughts, you're in our prayers. If there's anything we can do, yell.
Yeah. Oh, moving on to, some better news, but it's still a ongoing situation. And that being the Syko Stu, Raja Jackson issue. We do now know that Syko Stu is home. He's been released from the hospital. He is recovering from fractured upper and lower jaws, broken maxilla bone, lacerated lip, multiple lost teeth. But he is in good spirits. He is conscious. He's communicative, and deeply grateful for the support. The GoFundMe for Syko Stu has raised over $219,000 in donations from fans, wrestlers, and names like Mr. Beast, Chris Jericho, Finn Balor, and Swerve Strickland. Stu does have a long road ahead of him, and doctors have warned that the recovery will take months.
Indeed. And as far as Raja Jackson goes, there's still not been any arrests. Despite clear video evidence, LAPD still hasn't filed any charges. I'm sure that there's still an ongoing investigation. A lot of streaming fallout for him. He's been banned from Kick, the platform that he live streamed the event, the whole shoot, really,
the whole thing. Yeah.
He's been quite silent online, not really making any public statements or anything like that. However, his dad called his son a POS and blamed a backstage beer can hit, and admitted Raja went too far. I think that's putting it mildly.
Yeah. And I got to give Rampage, I got to give him some credit there for not just immediately jumping to Raja's defense and saying, yeah, my son's an idiot.
Yeah.
Right. And he made a bad mistake. He should have never let this go this far. But, and we had this conversation 2 weeks ago about this incident.
We did.
Where, look, yeah, I see both sides of this. Stu shouldn't have hit Raja with the beer can to start with.
That's what started the whole thing.
But also, there was a ton of people that they egged it on.
They did.
And they pushed it to a limit where Raja felt that he had to do something or he was going to look weak.
Indeed. And, sometimes that may be the best bet. I mean, I hate to say that. And I know that it goes back to earlier, but violence is never the answer.
Yeah.
Another great instance where sitting down backstage in the locker room, dude, why did you hit me with that beer can?
And
that.
Yeah. And look,
here's the thing. And I heard a wrestler talking about this the other day. It was called a receipt. And maybe that was not the right word, because here's the deal. If me and you're wrestling in the ring, and my fist slips and it hits you in the jaw, and I make good contact with you, you lean into me and say, watch that fist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
I do it again,
now
you've got the I hate to say the word right, but you've got
you kind of got the go ahead. You got the green light.
You got the green light then to stick me one back.
Right.
One. That's
not 22.
Yeah. That's not drop me on the canvas and pound me like a sack of meal. I mean, Let's be realistic.
And look, I don't think anyone, and I mean anyone, me included, would have had a problem with Raja hitting the double leg, giving a couple of maybe a little snug working punches, doing his part in the ring, and then rolling out. And then once he got backstage, looking at Stu and going, "Hey, man,
do we have a problem now?
You hit me. You hit me with the beer can."
Or
and
how about this?
That was a little rough. It was embarrassing for me. It made me look bad. I think I owe you one.
Instead of doing it in front of a camera.
Yeah.
How about let's step out behind the building here and talk to each other,
Yeah.
We don't have to do this in the public eye.
I mean, I'm sure if Raja had went to Stu and said, "Hey, I didn't appreciate that, man. I feel like I owe you one."
Yeah.
Do you think for a second Stu wouldn't have said, "All right, man, lay one in"?
I doubt it.
I honestly believe Stu would have been the first guy to go,
You're probably right.
You're right, bro.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. And he would have, give him the job.
This has had such an impact, though. WWE cutting ties. I mean, they have officially severed their affiliation with Knokx Pro. The fallout, students are leaving, and internal restructuring's underway. Matt Hardy has actually spoke out, criticized Stu's initial beer can hit, but he condemned Rogers responsible as malicious and nearly lethal.
And I don't disagree with any
No,
of that.
I don't agree with that. I disagree with Matt Hardy at all on that. I'm not the biggest Matt Hardy fan in the world.
Yeah, me either.
Don't care much for him, but
AJ Mana's role.
That's the one with the cowboy hat.
Yeah, and defense. Backstage video showed Mana telling Raja to, quote, give him his receipt and, quote, tag his shit, end quote.
Mana's defense, he claims he was in character using wrestling lingo. Horse shit.
Well, give him a receipt. That's
yes,
that's wrestling lingo.
I get that,
also,
but I mean, he wasn't in character.
He was not in character, and I think maybe AJ had a bit of a beef with Stu there.
He did. It's noted.
AJ actually denies responsibility, saying, I was just talent. I didn't bring him. I didn't book him. He also said he was scapegoated to protect Knokx leadership and has since deleted his Facebook post after backlash and claims that Raja was only there to set up a streaming deal, not to wrestle.
If that was the case, how come he told him to give him his receipt and tag his shit?
Yeah.
Something don't seem right there.
Yeah,
I mean,
it seems to me that AJ...
That's kind of double talk, ain't it? I mean,
yeah, AJ is talking out of both sides of his mouth there. Just...
the accusations and fallout. Doug Durango's statement, he believes the attack was premeditated and blames Knokx Pro's leadership. Mana's counter saying that production told Raja to slam him and keep hitting him until we come in there and pull you off. I've worked around professional wrestling. You've worked around professional wrestling. There are places we have been, we will not go back. But I honestly, in my heart, don't think
what you're saying is that even the places that we would never return to would never stoop to that level.
No, and there have been some pretty low lows in life, but not that low. No, absolutely not.
And look, I'll be honest. Even the worst places we've worked knew better than to try something like this, and then try to glaze it over and say they weren't involved with it. And to AJ Mana's somewhat to his defense, I think he was used by Knokx Pro, or at least someone in Knokx Pro, as a scapegoat. But also, he holds plenty of...
Here's the thing. Okay. Go back here and tell Raja he can get his beef up. He can do whatever he wants. Get his receipt, tag his shit, whatever. How about no?
Yeah.
You want him told, you go tell him.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yep.
Easy. Grown man. Because I can guarantee you that AJ Mana didn't make over $100 for that event.
Maybe $100 in a hot dog.
It wasn't like it was going to break his billfold if he just turned around, walked out, and said, "You know what? I don't want nothing to do with you. You're a nut.
Yep.
You're out of your mind. Pound sand down a rat hole, whatever you want to do, but I ain't doing it for you." There's so much to that, and I still think that Ross Jackson is going to be charged.
Mm-hmm.
I think the investigation will continue. One thing people don't understand about the legal field, and I've saw this in cases locally that have happened. Well, they know he did it.
Mm-hmm.
How come they ain't going to get him? How come they ain't going to get him? How come they don't put him in jail? How come they ain't charging him with this? How come they didn't charge him with that?
Yeah.
Okay. To charge somebody with something and bring it to trial, you have to have evidence.
There's a mountain of it here.
Well, I understand that, but what I'm saying is, let's take a scenario where a murder was committed.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know he's guilty as hell.
Yeah.
You know he's guilty as hell.
Catfish Dameron?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know he's guilty as hell. How come you ain't going to get him?
Yeah.
Well, I know he's guilty as hell, but I've got to have tangible evidence that corroborates, that shores up that fact, because I've got to bring this in front of either a judge or in front of a trial jury,
yeah,
and convince them
that
beyond a reasonable doubt that this occurred.
Yep.
If I don't, that's where you end up with mistrials, hung juries, shit happening, evidence not being disclosed.
And if it doesn't go flawlessly and he still gets convicted, you're going to get appeals after appeals after, and it becomes a mess.
Yeah, it does. So maybe LAPD is actually trying to get all their ducks in a row, because here's the deal. There's a statute of limitations on this, and I know you want to mute me like crazy. Go ahead. It's true. I mean,
I really hope our mute button's working.
I
this
pray
week.
to God it's working tonight. Thank God nobody stopped by. Minute 29. Remember that.
Yeah.
Or an hour 29. We'll have to go back and watch that. Woo! Lord, the things we say on this show.
Look.
Ding!
Yeah.
I blame it.
Yeah.
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 He's
Probably should have just done that. Put a bell in right over top of that. Just put a bell in right over top.
What'd he say? Never mind.
Said he's getting closer.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. God help me. Oh, Lord.
Yeah, let's.
Lord, I apologize and be with the starving pygmies out in New Guinea. Yeah.
Probably should have muted that too. Somebody will get mad about it. I'm sure as a world, somebody's going to hear that and they're going to flip.
He talking about them poor starving pygmies down in New Guinea again. Folks, we can't be politically correct all the time.
That's something else. That's something else has led to the
moral
the decline of civil discourse is people.
We got to choose the right word.
You have to be politically correct. You can't use certain words and certain phrases
because they hurt feelings.
Certain things because it hurts someone's feelings. To borrow a phrase,
really got way too far in left field when it comes to communication.
Yeah. To borrow a phrase from another individual who I've admired, facts don't care about your feelings.
No.
And even if it's just an opinion, I don't care about your feelings. Yes, I said that without muting it. I'll stand by it.
Yeah, pretty much. It is what it is. I mean,
what are they going to do? Cancel us? We're still at 0.
Ain't been nobody showed up tonight.
Yeah.
Thought you said there's going to be a huge turnout.
I never
These
said
fuckers
that.
is eating Cheetos. Wait a minute, did I say? I said, never mind.
All right. I had a boss one time that almost got his butt whooped in the parking lot because he would show up. He would call us at start time, show up at lunchtime, cuss and rant for 20 minutes, and then disappear again for the rest of the day. And one of the guys I was working with got mad at him. And when he come in at lunchtime on this particular day, this guy looked at him and said, well, if you didn't spend all morning sitting on the couch eating Cheetos and Little Debbie cakes watching Oprah, you know what's going on.
Is this somebody that I worked for too?
Yes, absolutely. You worked for him for a very brief period of time.
It's the same one that tried to tell us about American history.
Yes.
Yeah, he's full of
This is the same one who claimed that he was tougher he was tougher than anyone in Kentucky because he grew up next to an Indian reservation.
Needless to say, that didn't wash at all.
Oh no, I used the word Indian. Somebody's going to cancel us for sure now.
Oh Lord. Is that like Cleveland? Well, they're the Guardians now.
They're the Guardians, and Washington's just the football team.
I thought they was the Commandos.
They might be by this point. I don't know. I quit watching football when Peyton Manning retired.
Yeah, I ain't watched foosballs for the devil.
Anyway, we have some coming events.
We do indeed. Appalachian Championship Wrestling, Friday, September 19th, Slam Plaza 4 with Regatta Pro Wrestling, Slack Plaza, Charleston, West Virginia. Bell time 6 p.m. It's a free admission show. Saturday, September 27th, Extreme Impact, Dayton Sports Complex, Dayton, Ohio. Card show from 11 to 6, wrestling starting at 6 p.m. Admission $10. And I'm not going to quote the next one because I don't know that that's correct. Route 33, that actually already happened.
Yeah.
So we don't have to worry about that one. They had a show back on the 6th.
That's not a coming event.
Elevate Pro Wrestling. This is one. Hey, wait a minute. Hold on. Hit the brakes. I want to talk about something. Brox Boulder is not here tonight. Where's Brox Boulder?
We're probably going head to head with him right now.
It's Thursday. He done Wednesday.
He do Wednesday?
I think.
I thought he done Thursday.
I thought he done Wednesday.
Which is why.
Brox.
I don't know.
Where are you? It's Brox Boulder segment. And you ain't
find
here.
That Anthony Stidham guy and tell Brox to come on here.
Yeah, somebody. Anybody. Nobody? Ain't nobody here but us.
Ain't nobody here but us.
Jeez Louise.
They left a fox in charge of the hen house. I know that.
This weekend, and I don't know when it starts, FTC is going to be in Inez, Kentucky.
Yes.
It's on Saturday.
Let me
Find out real quick when FTC is going to be in Inez.
I'm working.
Because we got to talk about that
So
just for a minute.
That is.
It ain't no better time.
Saturday, I do not have a time, but it is in Martin, Kentucky. Inez, Kentucky. That's Martin County. The Martin County Harvest Festival.
That's right. Wonder what they're harvesting in Martin County.
I would.
Never mind.
I would be willing.
Yep.
I'm not going to say anything about that. I'll be willing to bet
corn.
That show will either be at the baseball field or at the Booth Auditorium.
May very well be. We'll find out.
But
tell you how to find out. Go to FTC's Facebook page and look it up. Because I know I ain't busy.
No.
And you ain't stacked to the gills.
No. I do have one stop to make that morning.
We was invited to come do commentary.
We was.
You want to?
Yeah.
I think we will.
Let's do it.
We'll be there.
That's a whole lot closer to Ironton.
Yeah, it beats Ironton all of them.
Of course, don't have Cheddars.
No.
We'll have to stop somewhere in probably Prestonsburg, find something to eat, or Paintsville.
Find me a decent old fashioned somewhere.
Yeah.
God knows.
We'll do some research on that.
God knows I can't do commentary without one.
No.
Just don't work that way. But anyway, Elevate Pro Wrestling, Saturday, September 27th, Ground Zero, Oliver Springs, Tennessee, and we got the match line up.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Oh, starting off, and this is in no particular order, obviously, but we have the Elevate Pro Wrestling heavyweight title match between Xander Storm with Mr. 5-Star and Jamie Myra Jr.
This is for the vacant
Yes.
Elevate Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Championship.
There's a no disqualifications match going. This is a return match. We're going to run it back.
Yeah.
Between
we're
Brutus and Michael Gabriel. Next level championship match between the American sellout, Zach Apollyon.
Damn you, Zach Apollyon.
I seen your little video.
It's pretty.
And we were talking about receipts earlier. You got one coming. And it's a big one. It's a big one. Anyway, the American Spartan, Zach Apollyon, will take on Hyper Rage Chris Kendrick for that next level championship. We also have a number one contenders match for the EPW tag team titles. Jake Rayner and Grant Dooley will take on Andrew Thomas and Michael Amado. I think I said that right.
I think I did.
We'll get to see a triple threat between Skyven, Jordan Maiva, and Repic. We're also going to have a hoss match between Javen Myra and Zach Abstract. And we're going to get to see another tag match. We're going to see Nakeem the Dream and Ethan Heyer teaming together to go against Double Stuffed.
That's going to be exciting. Going to be a great night of action in Oliver Springs, Tennessee. We're going to be there doing commentary. Then the following weekend, Saturday, October 4th, Thin Red Line 2, taking place at the Lowell Gymnasium, Lowell, Kentucky. We're going to be back in Lowell one more time.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Going
before
to be
the
down
end
there.
of the year.
That's it, baby. Going to be a great time in the city of Lowell. Then on October 25th, returning to Oliver Springs, Tennessee. Again on November 29th in Oliver Springs, and on December 27th in Oliver Springs. So Oliver Springs, Tennessee, Elevate Pro Wrestling must just love the daylights out of it.
First of all, that area, that crowd is super
I love
hot.
them.
I love those folks down there. I love the folks at the DAV.
I do.
And they're always
Morgan,
they're
and his crew
always
is so welcoming.
Yeah,
I mean,
but they're always messaging and calling Mr. Moore saying, hey, when you guys coming back? When you coming back? So Mr. Moore decided just book them through the end of the year.
Yeah, pretty much. We'll give them. Then Toy Stock Collectible Convention taking place Saturday, October 11th at the Benny Keatum Temple, 100 Courier Street, Charleston, West Virginia. Starts at 10 a.m. featuring Shane Douglas, Marty Jannetty, Hornswoggle, and Eddie Deason. Going to have vendors, food trucks, vintage toys, comics, records, and more.
And of course, that is that not connected to our good friends over at Time Warp?
It is connected to our good friends at Time Warp, Appalachian Championship Wrestling, not All-Star, but A Walk in Time.
Mm-hmm.
All those guys, Welch's Collectibles, I think, is part of that. So many. Speaking of saying howdy to our good friends, let's take a moment to say a big howdy to our good friends down at Time Warp. Earl and his gang, 500 Winchester Avenue beside Belk's, the Ashland Town Center Mall. This weekend,
we were just in there a couple weeks ago, and they've got a wonderful setup.
They've got a beautiful setup this weekend. I don't remember the exact dates. I think Saturday and Sunday, I know for fact. I think Saturday is X-Pac, Sunday is Royce Gracie.
Nice.
If I'm not mistaken. I may be flip-flopped on the dates. You can check Time Warp's Facebook page or their website.
Somebody that's going to be down there Sunday with Royce Gracie, ask him how it felt to be present in the cage at the time that Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu lost to American wrestling. Just throwing that out there.
You trying to stoke a fire?
Oh, I'm stirring it up.
You stirring it up is what you're doing. And then X-Pac going to be there coming up in a couple weeks, I think on the 11th. Maybe wrong. Jake the Snake Roberts is going to be back down in that area. I do know that in November, the Great Muda is going to be there. I'm working on getting myself down there to see Muda. Definitely want to see Muda. I think he's going to have Sonny Ono with him.
Oh, cool.
So that's going to be a great opportunity there. I think they're going to have Mick Foley sometime in the near future again, if I'm not badly fooling.
Wait, no, never mind. Sorry. I misunderstood what you said.
Yeah.
You said Sonny Ono.
Not Sonny.
I thought you said Sonny Bono, and I was going to say he hit a tree.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Oh.
It's the reason I don't go skiing.
I don't ski either. I barely sleigh ride anymore.
Yeah, I try not to do that either.
Old folks ought not do crazy things.
Yeah, we don't recover from that stuff like we
are not near as old as we think we are, but dadgummit, I ain't going to do it. Yeah. Also want to say a big howdy to our good friends out of the Walk-In Time, JR and his bunch, 1626 6th Avenue, Charleston, West Virginia. Great group of people. They got all sorts of stuff out there, things that you only wish you kept growing up. Mm-hmm. Drifter's Bar, 205 South 3rd Street, Ironton, Ohio. Great place to get your food, get your beverages of choice. Go ahead, take us through the rest of them.
Yeah. Also a big shout out to FTC's Art of Grappling, 110 South 4th Street, Ironton, Ohio. Love those guys down there. Brock's, Titan Troy, Bubbles. Even, I guess we can even say a big shout out to some of the guys that maybe we don't like as much.
Maybe they don't like us.
It's possible.
Who wouldn't? I mean, but,
But we won't. We'll just stick with
we won't, no.
No,
I ain't saying it.
If you're interested in
Caleb
getting into the wrestling business, there's no better place to dip your toes in the water and get some training than FTC's Art of Grappling.
No.
Also, a big shout out to John and Bob over at the Indie Wrestling Experience. Love those guys. I've been watching their stuff pretty regular.
They're pretty awesome. I'm telling you.
Check them out at the Indie Wrestling Experience. Also, our friends at Wrestling Society Network. Check out their Facebook page, Wrestling Society Network, their website, thewrestlingsocietynetwork.com. Also, they're on Amazon, Apple, Roku, and something else I'm forgetting.
Amazon, Apple, Roku, the website.
Well, the website, and then Facebook, and then pretty much anywhere.
New standalone app coming out soon.
New standalone app coming out soon. Be on the lookout for that in the Apple Store as well as the Google Play Store.
I did see something Professor Bear posted today about the Wrestling Society Network. Made a comment that keep the politics off there, guys. Yeah. Try to be respectful of each other. Y'all want to argue that stuff, you come over to Cussin and Discussin, we let you go. You can do whatever you want to over there.
You can cuss and discuss in the comments all you want.
We'll cuss and discuss with you. We don't like us, you.
Discuss with us. We don't care. No,
we don't care. Just keep it family friendly over to the Wrestling Society Network, because it's for everybody, and we respect that. And just because you can act like a bunch of wild heathens over here don't mean you can do it everywhere.
Yeah, true? We don't care.
No, we don't care. I mean, we don't care. We don't care. Yeah.
Anyway, last but certainly not least, a big shout out to my wonderful wife, Sheena Dixon at Sheena Dixon Photography. Check her out on Facebook, Sheena Dixon Photography. She does photography. She does all the photography for Elevate Pro Wrestling. Although we're going to have a new photographer in Oliver Springs at the end of this month. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, do that. Mm-hmm. She does photographs for weddings and anniversaries and family photos, and she's doing one this weekend actually for it's a sunset photo shoot. So yeah, just check that out, and if you have any photography needs, please give her a shout. I'm done now. You can stop. Okay.
Woo.
Yeah.
Glad you got me through that one.
Yeah. 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 You really.
Yeah. Done good, didn't I?
Bite the bullet there.
Yeah.
Next time we do that, I'm gonna get you a wooden spoon to gnaw on while I'm talking.
I might get splinters in my mouth.
We're better than getting both of us in trouble.
Thank God for good friends is all.
Amen. But only a handful.
Wouldn't trade none of them, would you?
No.
Oh my God, we actually made it through this. 4 pages of notes.
About 2 hours, 2.5 hours.
Hour and 48 minutes, believe it or not.
Yeah.
As always, we are available on all podcasting platforms, Cussin Discussin, on Rumble, on YouTube, on Facebook Live, as we are appearing right now. Yeah, pretty much. And if you are interested in Elevate Pro Wrestling, having Elevate Pro Wrestling be a part of your event, you can message us on the Elevate Pro Wrestling Facebook page, or send an email to booking@elevateprowrestling.com. Do not forget about the website. It's a beautiful website. Hey, I seen something today that was posted on Facebook, Elevate Pro Wrestling, 1,500 followers.
Wow.
On Facebook.
Nice.
140 subscribers on YouTube, and over 1,800 followers on TikTok.
Nice.
Let me tell you something. Elevate Pro Wrestling is growing.
Yes.
And I'm going to tell you why. Because we got the best fans in professional wrestling.
Yeah.
And that's all there is to it. And I know what I'm thinking, but you know what you're thinking. What time is it?
I'm thinking it's time to piss on the fire and call the dogs.
I'm with you on that. So for the excellence of elocution, Walter Dixon, I'm the doctor of professional wrestling, Mike Blankenship, PhD, saying to you, until next time, so long from the Bluegrass State.